and today we're going to be starting off our Farming Simulator 17 series with the Chellington version 2 map, which just got updated recently. I've seen Chellington, but I've yet to play on it, so this will be my first playing on it. We're not going to transfer any money over from any of my other accounts. I'm going to be starting totally fresh. I do have a plethora of mods installed. If you'd like to know what they are, I'll post that later on for you guys if you'd like to see what I have going, or in a future video I'll show you what all mods I have on the mod screen. So let's get started. Okay. Well, let's see what they said. They reduced the amount of land you get, but I'm still seeing quite a bit of land here. We got 1, 6, 20, 10, 11, 18, and 15. So they start you off with quite a bit. So I guess we'll hop into a vehicle and go see what needs to be done around all the lands. We'll probably just start off with maybe fields 1 and 6 for now till we get things going, and spread out further, get down to 20, 10, and 11. 20 looks like it might just be grass, but we'll take a look. I'm going to be using keyboard and mouse as well as a wheel. I got the wheel set up. Took me a little while, but I did get it set up. On Farming Simulator 17. I'm sure those of you out there with wheels know how hard that is. It's a Thrustmaster wheel, so it doesn't come with the inherent support with FS17, but I did get it up and running after a lot of trials and tribulations. I don't have everything keyed to it, so I won't be using everything on it, mainly just the gas and the brakes and the wheel for turning. And then I got the paddle shifters for looking left and looking right. First things first, I did put it on easy just for the crop prices, but we are going to change some settings here just to make it a little bit more realistic looking, or seeming. Yes, dollar miles is good. Oh, that's good. Switch to trains, we'll leave that off for now. I don't think there's trains on this map anyways. Or there is, maybe. I don't know. I think there's tracks, but I don't know if you can use them at all. Volume we'll leave down for now. Timescale down, traffic on. We'll leave dirt normal. Automatic engine start, we're going to leave that off so we can turn the engines on ourselves. Helper refill, we're going to have the helpers buy everything for us, because obviously single player we're going to be using a lot of helpers, and with it just being me, I don't want to be running around the whole time refilling the helpers with that. Maybe later on down the road when we get a lot more equipment and it's easier, but for right now we're just going to leave it as is. Fuel, we're going to change that to default. I know after a couple cycles, tractors are going to be running low, but I kind of like, having to refill the fuel. It makes it more realistic, obviously. And fertilizer states 1, and periodic plowing, I am going to turn that on because I do like that. Plant growth, I'll leave that fast, I guess, for now. So we'll save that, hop back out. So now we can start and stop our engine, and we'll give the pedals a shot here, get going. Alright, now where am I heading to? I'm not sure how to get out of this place yet. Like I said, I've only driven around the map for a couple minutes before, but it's a beautiful map for those of you who haven't seen it yet. Obviously you'll be seeing more of the farm, but I love this farm. It's absolutely beautiful. Supposedly there was issues with the gate before, and the modder that made this fixed the gates, so I haven't noticed any issues with it, but so far so good. And that's our field right there, field 6 right in front of us. Looks like it's ready to be harvested. So let's go up and check one out quick. And I'm getting used to this driving the wheel with a tractor in this game. Obviously, I'm new at this with the wheel in this game, so I'm used to using my mouse and keyboard. So it's gonna take me a little bit to get used to the dynamics of this, because you got to turn a lot. Oh, yes. Forgot to mention that this is a European map, so for you American drivers out there, watch out, be wary, because cars drive on the opposite side of the road. Okay, this is field 2. So, field 2, let's see what options it gives us for price, and if we can even work this field. Whoops. Wrong button. No missions yet, but I think the modder did put that in. And that farmer looks familiar from one of our other maps, so we worked for him quite a bit. Field's a little expensive, but it's a decent size, it looks like. Pretty big. So let's head over to our field. There, we'll get the wheel going a little bit more. Just make sure nobody's coming. We got that truck there, so let's pull out. Oh, more vehicles. I might have missed our turnoff back there. We'll see. So this is our field. I must have that mod installed to auto turn the blinkers off, which is nice. So this field looks like it needs to be cultivated. And it's a pretty good size for being one of our starter fields. It's not too bad. And there's a little bit of excess room back there. Oh man. Unfortunately, we have that, you know, the fake backdrop. The modder did put in some real maps, but this field might cause us some issues with the helper, so we'll have to see how that works. Because I don't think I should be able to drive into this. Yeah, I can't drive into it, so unfortunately, maybe we might have to cut this field short or just not use it right off the bat, because the helpers will get stuck on it, unfortunately. Hopefully we fare a little bit better with field 6, because I can't be doing all the field work myself, otherwise this would be a very long series, and you guys would be getting very bored. Okay, pull right out here. Alright, let's over to field 6 really quick before we grab the harvester and see what we're dealing with. As far as hired work goes, starting off with the usual 25,000, so we'll have enough to pay the worker. The prices aren't too bad. I've noticed that what kills you is why did he put a gate on this field? Hopefully no traffic is coming. Get this opened up. We'll probably just leave these gates open. I'm not big into opening and closing gates all the time, so for any of you that want that realism, I apologize, but that's just a pain in the butt. And unfortunately, like I see right here, that gate's going to cause a problem with the harvester. So hopefully our guy has plenty of room to work with. Otherwise, these look like real trees. Might have to chop them down. He's got room, but those of you that have used the hard workers well know that, you know, that's a nice looking field over there. Those of you with hired workers know that they kind of sucks sometimes when it comes to obvious get-arounds. I mean, they are just computer AI, so what do you expect? But if they have less room to work with, you would think they would still work with it, but unfortunately they'll just hit the tree wall and or the rock wall and get stuck and won't know what the heck to do with themselves when all you gotta do is pull in, move forward, move back quick, and that's it. But I still love this map and I want to make the most of it, so. And this looks like a back way out, luckily, so looks like we don't have to use that main entrance, so we can probably shut that gate so the harvester won't run into it. Maybe there's another entrance up here too that's a little bit closer. And it looks like all the animals and everything are right on our farm, which is great. I have a personal modified map that I made with all the animals at the farm. It makes it a lot better, in my opinion. And as you guys can see, we'll look in the map again. There's only a couple places to sell, really, and buy, so, you know, it's not a great map, you know. I mean, you're pretty much going to be stuck with, you know, the prices that you get for, you know, whatever you're trying to sell. So, you know, pretty much just Chellington stores where you're going to be able to sell stuff. So, I mean, we got the sawmill and the spinnery and the barn and stuff, but, you know, it's pretty much we're going to be stuck with these prices, which stinks, you know. Or you're going to save up stuff till, you know, that crop is in season, which is unfortunate. Because I was looking at potentially planting soybeans, but it looks like we're going to have to go after canola anyways, just because canola is a good money crop. But, you know, it makes it a little bit more realistic, I guess. I mean, you know, in the real world, I mean, you farmers out there can let me know otherwise, but, you know, you don't have too many options for selling stuff, you know. You're pretty much just stuck with your local area, and you don't have a plethora of options. So, without further ado, let's get the harvester going. Park this puppy. Normally I'm a backer, I back stuff in, but I want to kind of get the ball rolling on this harvester, so I don't want to waste any time. So we'll leave that there. Lights on, obviously. We're going to kill the battery for a few minutes. Let's attempt to do this inside the cockpit. Starting it up first. And that's a small, it's a small head. We can go down the road with that head. I'm not going to worry about the trailer with that head, because that's, like I said, that's a really small head. And I'm coming at it from the wrong way, darn it, so I'm going to have to hook up the trailer. That's unfortunate. So we'll pull it out of here, hook up the header. Yeah, okay. I'll have to line that up a little better, I guess. But I can tell you, I love the wheel and the gas and the brakes. You know, the keyboard's very touchy, and I notice I can be very precise with this, with the wheel setup, which is, I love. Why is that not? I mean, I'm off a little bit, but usually the game isn't that bad at picking it up. I'll have to figure out the reverse. There we go. Alright, let's pull this out of here. We'll just pull it right over here. Alright. ever use this view, but now that I got the wheel, I kind of feel obligated to, because it makes it more realistic. Okay, let's get out of here and go over to that field. The last time I played, for the few minutes, I noticed really no cars drove on this road over here, this little farm road, so we shouldn't have to worry about any vehicles on it. And the gate's just wide enough for this header. Now obviously when we, in the long run, upgrade to, you know, I'd like to go the case route, but I do like the New Hollands. Those larger headers are not going to fit through this, so. And we're good. So they're going to have to be towed out. I didn't even see if there was another gate there, but we'll just go down to the far end and start from there. Shouldn't be an issue. And fingers crossed, you guys might already know this, that you've played on this or not. Hopefully my hired worker has no issues on this field, because I really don't want to go all the way down to another field, though 15 is huge and beautiful. Now let's get back on the road a little bit. And I don't even know how to start tackling this field. You know what I'm going to do? You guys can watch me. We're going to do a lap around this field on the outside just to give the hired worker a little bit more room. I'll probably come to regret it when it comes time to cultivating, but for right now I think it'll work, at least for the harvester. So go ahead and unfold it. Now, I haven't used this small case, or this small New Holland yet. I've only used that starter case and then the bigger cases and the bigger New Hollands, so this one will be a little interesting. This. I should be leaving a trail. Maybe it's not. I thought I had that mod on. Maybe I don't. For those of you who have seen our multiplayer series with me, B-Dog, and Mad Mike, I thought when I turned this off that it would be laying a trail of future fertilizer, but I'll have to figure that out. I might not have the mod on. Let's pick up the speed here a little bit to 6 miles an hour. Yeah, if worst comes to worst, we'll get the we'll get that specialized roller. We'll cut the field short if we have to a little bit. We'll lose some acreage, but it'll help out with the hired worker. You know, give them more room to work with when you're kind of at a loss, like here, like we are. You know, with the trees. You know, in our multiplayer series, you know, we had the issues with the moat, and we were doing the fields ourselves, but makes it easier for turning around and such. But for here, we need the hired worker to have room, because the hired workers need lots of room. And depending on what piece of equipment they're using, depends on how much room they need, because, you know, they either do full UEs with some of the equipment, they do 3-point turns with other pieces of the equipment. And obviously the size of the equipment helps too, so. we'll see. But just to play it safe right now, we'll give this guy a border to work with. I don't know how that's going to work with the cultivator when I follow up cultivating, but we'll see. I might have to skirt the outside as well with the cultivator and then let him start. I might just let him start from the get-go and see how he handles it. Because I don't know. I knew the harvester that we started with here, but I don't know what cultivator and what seeder we start off with. If it's the seeder you start off with, in the other maps, it's not a good. I don't like it. Yeah, it seeds and it. I shut that gate up ahead too. It seeds and it fertilizes, but I don't like it. Yeah, we're gonna hop out and shut that gate up ahead, because I might run into it. I can already see myself coming off the trail side. So, but this is a beautiful map. I'm hoping everything works out, because I really want to continue on in this map, and I'd really don't want to get into the map mod itself and adjust things for me, because I'd like to be as true to a map as possible that you guys are going to be using. Alright, turn that off so I don't. Safety first. Don't need to get my arm chopped off or anything. Alright, let's get going again. Yeah, I could mod the fields a little bit myself if I wanted, but then you guys would be seeing something different than what I see, and that's why I want to start on a new map and not have you guys watching me play on my regular farm, because I did a lot of modifications to it from the map I found, and I can't really go out and share that with you all without the original author's permission, so. But maybe I might show you guys someday just to see if you guys are interested, and I might reach out to the author and get permission. But people generally don't like their work being messed with. But I love this map. Beautiful. Whoever made it, kudos. Kudos. It's a beautiful farm. My plan for this map, I have yet in my single player games to get into animals. I always tell myself I'm going to, but I never end up doing it. I did a lot of prep work for it, and just have yet to make the purchase. So my plan with this game is to get into animals. I'd like obviously a little bit of everything. So that'll be my goal, is just raising up money, online with you guys, and then in my offline time doing work for the other farmers and stuff, make some money, up our tractors. I'd like to get all the tractors upgraded and all the equipment upgraded, and then following that, when I'm working with bigger and better equipment, and then start work on stockpiling food and supplies and such, and then get started with animals. And I think it'll be fun. So that's my goal. I think we're good on land right now, so I really don't need to save money to purchase any more land. It would be nice if you could sell land, because I'd like to. I'd love to purchase. If I could get 2, 3, and 4, and 7, that'd be awesome. But kind of seems like a waste when I already got some of the other fields. So we'll see how it goes, because we'll see. I don't know. But I kind of didn't like 1 at all, so I kind of don't want to use. I don't think I'm going to use 1. be nice if they gave you the option to sell land. Like, I don't want this piece of land anymore. Can I sell it and make, you know, 100 or 200,000? That'd be nice. And then I could turn around and buy, you know, 7 or something. So we are back to where we started. Well, a couple more feet. Let's keep our fingers crossed for this hired worker. Hopefully he does a good job, and he will be rewarded with money. Get him started on a good path. And the hired worker is out. And he's already screwing up. Nope, nope, nope. Oh. This might prove to be futile. I hope not. Maybe this isn't a... Maybe this is just a multiplayer map. I don't know. That'd be very unfortunate. Man, there's already green in there. Lots of it. Lots of it. Because I need a hard worker friendly field. And if I don't get that, I might have to go to another map. Yeah, he's just not following a good path, unfortunately. I figured this would have been good enough, but it doesn't seem to be. I might have to spend some time and use that roller around the field just to get everything straight. Yeah, he keeps wanting to go at an angle on this field, and I don't understand. It looks like he's going directly east, and the field's just going slightly... The field is going slightly northeast. Well, I will figure this out by the next episode, and we'll see what we have to do. We'll let this guy screw around in the field some more and see how much he butchers it, and see if see how much he can handle on his own, and what I'm going to have to come in and refix. Because if he screws it up pretty badly, then we're just going to have to find another map, unfortunately. So I really want to use this map, so I'll be kind of upset if I can't. So we'll see. But thank you guys for joining me. Stay tuned for more episodes on this map or on a new map that's hired worker friendly. We'll see. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. If there's something that you'd like to see, mod-wise, or whatever in the game, let me know, and I'll do what I can to accommodate you. Until then, see you next time. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.